Hello, my name is Dima. I am software engineer with almost 15 years of experience, and today we are going to continue writing our car maintenance tracker application. The idea is to write a REST API and use custom ChatGPT as a front end. So let ChatGPT call our endpoints, so we can provide an OpenAPI specification to ChatGPT, and it will know how to make the requests. So this is the original idea. I never tried to use it before, never created a custom ChatGPT, so we will try it together. On the previous streams, we created the our first REST endpoint for the user registration, and plan for today is to add the login endpoint. So the idea is to add something like, let me show you. Oh, that is what I need to remove. The idea is to add something like a login endpoint that will consume the email and password and return us JWT token. The JWT token is, as you can see, this is the specification, JSON Web Token. It's quite popular in the web development as well. So this is the token that you attach to each request, and the backend will be able to parse this token and see what is inside. So actually, this token usually contains of three parts: the header, the payload, and the signature. So here we can understand what is the type of the token, what is the algorithm. In the payload, usually we can add our data. So for example, the user ID, email, username, maybe some permissions, whatever you want to add there, you can add. And the signature is necessary because we need to be sure that the token issued by our service and it's valid and everything is fine from the security point of view. So that is what we are going to build today, but first of all, I want to finish a little bit with the user registration. And first of all, I wanted to add GitHub actions to our project. Let me show you. This is that's me, Jan. Car maintenance tracker. So there is an action button. I hope you can see it well. And there is nothing here at this moment. But what I want to do is I want to run our tests. We have few tests already. So when I create the pull request, I want to get my test executed. So that is the original idea. And unfortunately today, I'll be mostly copy-pasting my old code that I wrote before. This is the project setup, and you do not do such things every day, so I cannot keep it in mind like everyone else. And it's okay to take your old code, copy-paste it. You already know that this is working, everything is fine, you already tested it, and so on. So, and I want to take my old project. So, to add the GitHub actions, we need to define the workflow. This is the YAML file with the workflow, and it should be placed in the root of the project into the .github folder. So the structure should be the same as we have. So let me add it quickly. So there. I need to create the folder GitHub. I need to create the directory workflow. workflows, I think. Right? Oh, right. Yeah, workflows, and I need to create the main YAML. Main YAML. Workflow YAML. Let's name it main. As you can see, this is the name. We need to add the trigger, and we need to create the job that will be executed. So I want to add some permissions here as well. Oh, there is some tool to analyze the workflow. Nice. We should test it someday. So what we want to do is we want to execute our workflow. First of all, on the push to the main branch. Yeah, we don't have to ignore anything right now. Yeah, as well. So, and we want to execute our workflow on the pull requests created against the main branch. Do we have the? Yeah, we have the main branch. It's not a master. So, and we need to define the job itself. So this is I have two kinds of jobs. So it's built on top of the Ubuntu latest release. So, and the first job is just builds the jar file. So I'm not sure if there is a new checkout version, so we can try to find it. If there is something newer, yeah, we will see. So we need to change the Java version to 25. So this is the same. So we want to package our project into the jar file. So the second one, the second job is executing the tests. So we need to change the Java version as well. So, and this is the test execution. So maybe we can replace it with the clean verify or something like that, but tests should work as well. So I think we have to define the order here somehow. The name, checkout. Let's take a look. Yeah. First of all, test needs the build, and as you can see, this is the dependency. This is the job named build, and this one, test, it needs the build. Makes sense, right? So let's add it to our branch. Add GitHub. Main action. Show me again. Go. Let's take a look. I'm not sure if the action will be triggered. Maybe we need to create the pull request first. So we want to create the pull request against the main. This is the user registration API. Create the pull request. Maybe the action will be triggered only if we will merge our main YAML to the main branch. We will see. No, it started. Looks good. So this is the build. As you can see, yeah, it's building. It's downloading the dependencies. So it looks good. Okay, and while it's building, I wanted to do a little change here as well in the code before we will merge it to the main branch. So as you remember, we created the users module, and we created the I would like to optimize imports for the whole project. We don't need this unused imports. Yeah, and we added this service, and it's public, as you can see. so other modules will be able to call this create method. But in my opinion, there is no sense to expose it to other modules. So the only one place that can add the user would be the controller, our controller, right? So, and I think that it makes sense to create a service here, for example, and move the service into under the package to make it invisible for other modules. And probably in the future we will need to add the public API for other modules, some other user service, and that is why I want to rename it to internal user service to be sure that this service is hidden for other modules. So, but the record, I think it makes sense to keep it here, and very soon we will need to use it. We will create a public user service. For example, during the authentication phase, we will need to get the user by the username and password, right? And this should be available for the auth module. So let me take a look at the changes. So this is the renaming once again. Yeah, maybe it makes sense to simplify our design and return the user entity here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's simplify it. Let's do it like this. So, and yeah, we need to return user entity. We need to remove this method here. But in the public user service, we will return our own details. Yeah, and we need to adjust controller a little bit. So this is the user entity, here the user entity as well. So yeah, should be fine. So our tests are failing. Looks good. What is the problem? Fail, go. To load application. What is wrong? Let's execute clean install here and take a look. The tests are skipped. Let's start once again. Connection refused. So it cannot connect to the Postgres. Why it wants to connect to the Postgres? Unable to obtain connection. It should not connect to the Postgres. There is no sense. So, one more thing that I wanted to get rid of is, so it makes sense to create a separate application local YAML, and those properties should not be placed on the, your application YAML or production one. So there is a secrets, there is a URL to connect to the database and so on, and I don't want to add it to the version control. I want to ignore it. So this is the application local YAML. No, IntelliJ will help me to edit, I think. Yeah, this is the full pass, and we will ignore it completely, but we will use it to run our application locally. So we need to put all the connection details here. Why do you complain? Cannot resolve configuration properly. There is the data source. So it makes sense to keep the data source here. So we just say that we use the Postgres driver, but all the credentials are here, and we will not commit it to the GitHub. Refactor user service. Might be make user service internal. Let's push it back. Okay, and we should be able to see that the new action is executed. Here it is. Inside of the pull request, we can see that this workflow is running right now. Here we can see the file change. So we can review everything, take a look if everything is fine. So yeah, I think we already reviewed it a little bit, so it should be fine. Yeah, we added the implementation, some mappers. Yeah, this will be necessary for the JWT stuff. As you can see, we will need to add the entry point, we will need to add the filter, and so on. This is the user mapper. Okay, looks good, I think. But usually you need to review the pull requests more carefully. It's failed once again. Maybe I forgot something. Let's take a look at the GitHub. There is the dependency bot, but it's not what we need right now. Have only XML. So look, locally it's failed too. I know what is the problem. We need to add the test configuration, maybe. Test configuration for the test containers. Test containers. Where is it? It should be somewhere here. Yeah, this is the configuration created by the start spring.io. So, and we need to, we define the Postgres test container here, and we need to say to our integration test to use this configuration. Take a look. But on the previous stream, it was working because I started the database locally, and it used this application YAML credentials to connect to the database, and everything was fine. Okay, failed to determine. Okay, but the data source. Maybe I need to add the. Let me take a look. Made. This is the flyway enabled. Okay, nothing like that. And what else? So this is the integration test. What is inside? Inside is, as you can see, we import the test containers config, like we did here in our project. Aha! We included something wrong. It's fine. So as you can see, this is the configuration from another project. What? The public, maybe. Public. And we need to include it here as well. So yeah, this is our project. It should be fine. It's really nice to see that GitHub actions are working. So yeah, this is the public. What I want to add is optimize import flag. So I should not take care about such unused imports. So IntelliJ will optimize it for me. Fix tests. Okay. Let's go back. As you can see, the third GitHub action executed. Build is running. And I hope everything will be fine. So let me take a look what we can add here. Pages, pilot, models, actions. Why no one can approve my pull request? Ah, this is the workflow permissions. It's something different. Branches. Rule set. I don't want to limit myself to merge everything. Let me remember. I want to use squash commits only. Squash and merge by default. Now, I think there is something in the settings, merge strategy. Merge strategy. What if I add some branch rule set? Pushes, require status check, require sign commits, deletion, okay. Okay, I will investigate it a little bit later, no sense to spend time right now. Let's take a look on our actions. Yeah, it's green, and you can see it's green in the request as well. So you can see it here, so that the build is green, test is green, so everything looks good. That is what I wanted to have. I want to have a squash and merge by default. I will take a look a little bit later how to configure it. So let's merge our branch. And the action is executed, and you can see it's executed against the main branch. So originally we have GitHub actions executed against our branch, user registration API, and now it's executed against the main. And as you remember, I had a few commits in my branch, but if you will take a look at the history, I can show you in the IntelliJ. Let me switch to the main branch. to fetch. As you can see there, note that the branch should be deleted by default. Let's take a look here. No. Yeah, there is one more flag that I need to find. So I want to delete the branches after the merge. There is no sense to keep this branch. We need to clean up and make our project clean. So right now we will see that the user registration branch doesn't have the connection to any remote branch here. Main has a connection to the origin main, but this branch no. So we can delete it locally. And I wanted to show you the history. So our branch was merged as a single commit. One moment. Okay, I'm back. So now, right now, we are ready to add the login endpoint. So yeah, I wanted to create it separately. I want to define the auth YAML. So this would be the separate module. We can do a little copy pasting here. So we want to add the login. This would be the post. Yeah, summary, authenticate the user. Makes sense. Yeah, this is the operation text and so on. Authenticates user with an email and password. And password. Come on, I changed the language. Password. Okay, and this is the login. This is the auth. So the request body would be almost the same. So we will need to add the components, schemas. We will need to add the login request. So the login request is the type object. There is two properties: the email of type string, format email, and the password. This is the type string as well. So we have some restrictions as far as I remember for the user. Let me close it. Yeah, the mean length for the password. Let's add some example. But it's not, not mandatory to add the examples, if to be honest. Everyone knows how the email looks like, and we need to say that required. I don't know, but usually IntelliJ is able to suggest the fields here, the required, the syntax, and so on. Okay, looks good. And we need to define the response, login response. So this is the object, and we will have the properties. We need to return the token. This is the type string. And that's it right now. Let me take a look what I did in my previous project. src main. I think it's inside the users here. REST model auth response access token. Yeah, maybe it makes sense to rename it to access token. So right now we want to return just access token without the refresh token, just to make it simple. Nothing else I would like to add. Okay, and I need to say that the responses. So we need to respond okay, 200, right? Let me check what we did in the users. Like this, user authenticated. Good. And login response. Okay, let's generate the controller quickly. So let's take a look. Auth controller. No. Auth. It should be here anyway, so we can take a look. Ah, yeah. We forgot to add it to the Maven plugin, right? So as you remember, we have the user API, and I want to add one more. So this is the Authentication API. So this is the auth. We want to add it to auth and the model to the auth. That's right. Much better. Controller. Yeah, here it is. As you can see, there is the pass/login and our method. So it returns the response DTO. Response DTO contains the access token. Login request DTO, it contains email and password. So the email annotated is not null and email annotations to validate the input. So, and let's go to create our model. So this is the auth. We want to add the REST. Yeah, I want to keep the same structure, not the REST, it's API here. So I want to add the auth controller that implements auth controller API. This is the REST controller. I want to inject some. I don't have anything right now to inject, but we will. So we need to add we need to create the user details service, implementation maybe, because it needs to implement the user details service interface from the Spring security. The service, we need to inject something here. So what we need is we need to load the user details by the username, and Spring will be able to compare its password against to what we loaded. So this is the user details, and we need to implement our own DTO, I think. There is the Spring mutable or an unmutable user. It contains a lot of different things, but I think we will implement our own. So, yeah, this is the DTO related to the related to the service layer, so I would add the module package here. So it would be user details implementation that implement the user details. First of all, we need to return the password and the username. So this is the username, this is the string password, and actually we don't need to override it here. Getters is created by the data annotation. Right now we don't have any granted authority, so maybe we will add it in the future, but right now I think it's not necessary. Maybe we can do it a little bit better. So like this, required constructor, and we need to add getters. It's never used. Yeah, makes sense. So we need to add the mapper here. That would be user details mapper, because we need to map the user DTO into the user details DTO. Fact and the spring. Okay, so we will need to inject the mapper first, user details mapper, and we need to add the user service here. That would be public, as we discussed previously. What is this? Accept? No, I don't want to accept. Just close it. Oh, much better. So I want to inject our internal, maybe final internal user service, and I want to just propagate return the user DTO that we defined here already. This is the public one, and we need to find by email. This is the email. I just want to add the same method in the internal user service. Yeah. And transactional, this is the user entity. To call the repository, find by email. By the way, did we define the email as the unique key? I don't remember. This should be optional, I think. Because who knows, maybe we will not find the user by this email, so we need to return the optional as well. Okay. Let's take a look. It's not a good practice if it is already on production, but in our case there is nothing on production, nothing in the database, and I just want to change the migration script in order to add the email here. And maybe we need to validate the registration that there is no such user created with the same email. So I will extend it. Okay. This is the optional. And here, the user service, public user service should return the optional as well. But the mapper, user mapper, yeah, we need to use the user mapper. We need to split maybe this one required. This one is required for the internal service. maybe it makes sense to define our own mapper, so the user DTO mapper, something like that. It should be the interface. Should be the interface again. This should be the mapper. Component model is a Spring once again. It should be the Spring Bean. Yeah, so we need to inject the user DTO mapper, maybe public user mapper, something like that. Not sure how to name it better. Yeah, so we loaded the user entity and we need to map it to the user DTO. So that is why we need to use the mapper to user DTO. We create the method here. I don't want to add this JetBrains annotations in my code, to be honest. So yeah, so we loaded the user by the email and mapped it to the user DTO. So every other endpoint, not endpoint, every other module will be able to load the user by the email. So this is the public API, and in the auth model, we want to use this public API of the user service to get the user by the ID. So where is it? Yeah, this is the details implementation. This is the service. It should be hidden as well, right? No one will be needed to use this service directly except our controller. So here we need to inject the user service, and the username in our case would be email. So we will load it. User service, the user service, find by email. This is the username. So this is the optional user. So if optional user is empty, we want to throw the exception username not found exception. Yeah, like this. Let's rename it to email to make it explicit. Yeah, as you can see, this message is defined here in the method definition. So that is what we need to use actually. And if user is present, we need to map it to the user details. So we need to call the mapper to user details, and we need to provide the user here. There is a little difference, I think. So there is the username and we have the email here. By the way, we need to provide the password here as well. I'm not sure that I want to expose the password here. Okay. Let me think a little bit. I'm thinking that maybe it makes sense to merge the users and auth modules together, because I don't want to expose even the user password hash outside of the module. So maybe I would move it inside of the users. So it makes sense. And here, let me take a look. This is the internal. It returns the user entity, and that is what we need. So, okay, let's remove the user. user service. Yeah, let's remove it maybe. We don't need it right now. Maybe next time. Okay. Yes, and this is the internal user service. It returns the user entity, and we need to map the user entity into the user details. So, and we need to override the mapping because the target is the username, but the source is the email. Okay. Yeah, looks good. There is some error here. It's fine. It's fine. We implemented everything like this. Auth. Maybe we need to add some configuration. Let me take a look. I do not remember exactly everything that we need. So there is the auth endpoint, auth facade. I used the facade there, but it's not really necessary. Facade, auth, facade. We use the auth service. What is the auth service? Yeah. So when you define the user details service, it's injected in the authentication manager of the Spring. So this is the Spring security class, and you can call authentication manager directly to get the authentication back. So that is what we need to copy paste actually. So yeah, this is the API. We need to add one more service. It would be the auth service, and we need to add this method. This should be the service. We need to inject the authentication manager. So this is the authentication. This is the class provided by the Spring. This one provided by Spring as well. Authentication. That is something self-written, I think. So user details. So maybe it makes sense to rename it. It sounds better. Authenticated user detail. Much better. Yeah. This is the exception we want to throw if it's interesting. Not sure that we need to throw something here because authentication manager should throw it for us. Or maybe it will return. It returns back. We will test it. We will test it a little bit later. No sense. We will add the error handling maybe in the next session. So we got back the authenticated user, and we need to convert this user to the JWT token. And for this purpose, we need to add a few libraries. Let me take a look. JWT. Here it is. Maybe we will update the version if it is outdated right now. Where is the versions? Yeah, here it is. And yeah, there is a bunch of the dependencies, the API implementation, and the Jackson. So we need everything like this. Where is the security? Yeah, let's put it close to the security. Let's take a look what is the latest version. Maven repository. The latest version of this library is 0.13.0, so we need to update it a little bit. Okay, looks better. And I just want to copy paste the JWT utils. No sense to implement it by my own. It's already implemented and tested, right? So there is the util folder. This is the utils. We will take a look inside together. So in the auth module, let's add the util folder, JWT utils. We need to import a lot of different things. What? It should be loaded. The properties. Yeah, we need to define it by our own. JWT properties. We need to define the expiration date. We need to define the secret, I think. So that would be configuration properties. I would like to name it car. Security, and then JWT, something like that. Yeah, we should not define everything here. Maybe expiration date, but the secret should be here, you know. The secret. Secret. But for the production, you know, we need to generate real secret. Configuration, validated. We want to validate the values inside, so we want to say that the expiration time not null and should be minimum, I don't know, 0. So what? Expiration. What is this expiration? The date? It's in milliseconds. Okay, expiration milliseconds. Looks reasonable. Expiration. What? Expiration milliseconds. Okay. The milliseconds expiration, and we need to define the secret here. Secret. Okay. Go back here. Close it. Expiration milliseconds. Yeah, I need to import this class, and would be better. Could be the component and require args constructor to inject everything back. This is the map, -map. Yeah, maybe we need to add the ID here, long ID. We don't need anything like that. We have an email. Yeah, let's do it like this. Keep the email inside, but the username will return the email. No phone number. Yeah, maybe we'll get some authorities, but not right now. Let's keep it as it is. And this is the magic of this JWT library that uses the secret that we defined in the application YAML, as you remember, and build everything that we need. So it defines the issue date, it defines all the headers, so the algorithm, and so on. Expiration. And signs it with the key. This is the key we generated. So it applied the algorithm and signed it with the key. So we get the token back, as you can see. Yeah, this would be needed for the token validation. Let's put it together. This is the token generation. It should be close. I'm not sure that those methods should be public. Let's keep it private. And looks good. So we need to inject the JWT token or JWT utils here. And as you can see, IntelliJ complains that Authentication Manager is not defined yet. So we need to create the security, or also maybe a config, post config. So this is the config, and we want to define Authentication Manager. Let's take a look what is needed here. Post config. That is we defined already in the security config. Let's keep it there. And this is the simple definition of the bins that we need. So we define the Authentication Manager based on the config provided. This is the authentication provider that created based on the user details service that we defined already. Oh, it's deprecated. Looks good. Not so good, but good to know, I would say. Where is it? It's deprecated. Please provide the user details service in the construct. Ah, okay. It's not the problem. User details service. You should not provide it here. The password encoder should be inserted here as well. Let's take a look where is the security config. Let's take this password of this security config and inject it here. Yeah, looks good. And our auth service would be good too. So, and we need to use the auth service inside of the auth controller. So I want to override the method we generated, and I want to inject the auth service here. So we got the auth service authenticate, email and password. So we get the token back. So this is the auth token. Auth token. Where is it? This is the response access token. Yeah, let's name it access token here as well. Okay. And what we need is we need to build the login response like this. I think there is no sense to create our own mapper. It's just one field. Maybe later we will refactor everything and make it better. I think we already written some code during 1 hour, and it makes sense to make a little break. Let's commit everything that we build. So add login endpoint, add JWT libs. Yeah, and that's it basically. So I pushed everything to the branch. Commits and push failed check. IntelliJ found 3 warnings, but we will take a look. What today is Wednesday, right? And on Friday we will. Why it's not pushed? What? Yeah. On Friday we will test our login and registration endpoints together to be sure that everything is working. So I think I will install Postman to execute some REST calls. We will write the integration test for the login endpoint as well. Yeah, and we will see what would be the next. I want to finish with the user part, with the registration, authentication, and everything else, and finally start writing the business logic, because we need to add some cars, add the maintenance schedule, add everything that we need, and finally integrate with the finally integrate with the custom chat GPT, because it's the most interesting part, right? So subscribe to my channel, join my Discord server, everything is in the description below. Ask any questions about the project, about the Spring Boot, Java, anything you want to know, I would try to help you. And yeah, have a nice day and see you on Friday. Bye bye.